everyone. Long time since I've done a video, but just wanted to get back into trading. I've taken a break the last couple of months, just doing some other pieces, lots of personal life stuff going on that's been really fun. And really wanted to enjoy those moments of honeymoon, marriage, all that fun stuff. But back into trading. First thing I've done is I've actually moved away from TC2000 because I wanted to try out TradingView for a year. So I got a good deal for the Black Friday and just trying it out, seeing how it's going. Some tools that I really like drawing, those sorts of bits. So just trying to set up everything for this before getting too much into trading. So I think when I went away, I think it was probably maybe July-ish time, sometime around this time here, I kind of left. And I think my overall feeling from the time was I think the float high will continue until some catalyst drives us to a particular point. This was a potential one. This was a potential one. But what we're not seeing that there's been a constant theme is no follow through, right? There's just no follow through for the bears really. So the float continues. I don't think this is a particularly strong move. Like, look at these candles, very overlappy. All these mixed colors in here. Not exactly a super bullish sign. So we're well past the previous high, because this is what the bears want to see, right? They want to see this. They want to see a nice engulfing candle, takes out a bit of a range, takes out a range of a couple of days, and then instead of bouncing back, we start to get ka-chunk, 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 and follow through. That's what we want to see. I think a pullback will happen at some point. I just don't see this as a particularly strong move. If we go back to like the start of 2024, I felt like that was oops, I've gone too far. That was the start of a strong move, kind of here. Kind of we get that move, and then we kind of bully on up, and the dips are very short, gobbled up, like gobbled up, really effective, and we get some pullbacks during that, of course. But then around this time, towards the end of the year, around here, we just start to see the pullbacks get a bit deeper. We get this big pullback here, kind of stuff around tariffs, kind of really throw a spanner in everything, to be honest. But I just don't see this as a particularly strong move, to be honest. So reluctantly bullish, I think, is my overall thesis. And just some things for me to focus on. I think having a bit of perspective and stepping back from trading that's been really beneficial for me is kind of realizing and acknowledging that trading is very difficult. I find it particularly difficult. Taking losses I find really hard. Being disciplined I find quite difficult. Technically learning a lot, that's been really beneficial. But kind of being consistent with your strategy, consistent with your execution of what you're looking for, I think is the difficult thing for me. But it's something I want to just focus on, and each video kind of renew that focus on what is it we're trying to achieve, what is the strategy that we're trying to achieve, what are A tier trades, right? What are the A and B and C tier, and how do we stop ourselves taking those slightly crappier trades, really is what I want to end up doing. So consistency and reducing the pain of losses, like the psychological pain. I think I'm quite sensitive to that, and I've kind of been journaling about that and acknowledging that as well. So I think with the renewed focus, and I think more into the new year, just to focus on getting a big Excel of data. We need data to determine how things are working. But it's challenging. So as I've started to look at the market, I'm still in that same mindset of the float high will continue, and the kind of trades I'm looking for is I'm looking for sectors that are obviously have a degree of relative strength, because the strategy in which I want to keep banging home like what is the bloody strategy. And the strategy for me, I have in my little spreadsheet here, is this really. It's kind of, we want to see relative strength versus SPY on the D1, but see the 15-minute is very important as well. We want a bullish daily chart. We want some space avoided to kind of have into. And the sector has to be in a top 3. And ideally we want, obviously that sector to be relatively strong. We want some good RVOL. We want to make sure our market thesis is correct. And ideally we want one of these events as well. And this is a checklist that I adapted from the real day trading community. I've forgotten Dan's last name, but he's a very good trader on real day trading. He put together a similar checklist. And once I tick certain bits in here, that's when it kind of matches it to an A, a B, or a C tier. And obviously, if I get to a C tier, I want to reduce the size of that trade. So I don't want to be sizing up for average or below average trades. So the strategy is not rocket science. Any strategy is not that rocket science. It's the execution that's kind of the difficult component sometimes. So if I look at a trade that this is what I like. I like these sorts of trades. So if I see JPM, so I took JPM today, and what some people in the community kind of pointed out, real day trading, the Discord, was like, this is a stock I like. It's above all the SMAs. That's really great. And what I like to find personally is good support levels. I like to find something underneath the stock. I think Harry seldom mentions this point, which is like, where's my I fucked up point, basically. So I've entered. See, I gotta get used to the new workflow. I entered JPM, around here. So this was my kind of entry position, which I kind of like. So around 308, and so I messed up point is around this 306. So I would lose $2, but my risk to reward is good. So I've got a good base underneath of support. I've got the EMA that I really like as support, and I really like this kind of 50 SMA level here. And I have a nice void to kind of float into. And I have 2 targets that I'm aiming for. I'm aiming for to add if we hit 314. That means I'm right. No need to take profit at that point and snap up the profit, because at the end of the day, you don't want to risk $2 or $3 ish. So I'm risking $2, $3 here to make $2 or $3. That's a 1-to-1 risk to reward. I want, more of a 3-to-1. So that's why my target is up here at 322, and I'll add here because that means I'm right. So I like the strength that I saw in the financials today. If you look at, where's my sector comparison thing? Oh, it's here. So what I'd noticed when I was doing XLF was, I could switch 15, but I'm not going to. It's like the sector's basically just been bullish all day. When the market was like down here floating, not doing a great job. XLF, you can see kind of the strength in here. It was kind of just powering on. So I liked that XLF was a strong sector. Hence JPM was a pick that I really liked. Because there's other stocks that I like on my list, like Hood. But again, I want something with a nice support underneath it and it's nearby. So I'm trying to like bang home the point of what I'm looking for. JPM are stocks that I'm looking for. This is the strategy that I really like, of like a bit of a pullback and then potentially like a HA reversal into this and kind of float off. So that's ideally what I'm looking for, and just banging that point home of like, this is what I'm looking for. And there's some other options that I really like in terms of kind of breakouts. So same for Tesla, for example. Here's my I messed up point, 434. I didn't take it in the end. I took JPM, but that's what I'm looking for. I really liked what Cat's doing today. Really strong, really, really strong. Could have taken that one. But again, liked what I saw there. And again, if AXP was down here like here, I would love that. I would have taken XP instead. That way we've got good support underneath us and a bit more of a void to float into. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Still getting back into the swing of things about what sectors are in play, those sorts of questions. Been quite surprised by how strong XLV has been when I was looking over. XLV. See, I've got to get used to all my workflows. I've got so many new ones now. But so I've been surprised by some of the sectors, how strong they've been. XLV has had a pretty great time about it. But that's it. That's just a quick 10-minute video to be like, let's get started again. Let's focus on the strategy and mindset problems. We want to focus on that and bring those to the forefront of dealing with them. And because this for me is like my mini journaling as well. Might be helpful to others, but it's mainly for me just to do my own journaling. So that's it. We'll see how JPM plays out over the next couple of days. And that's it really.